What's up, YouTube? It's Airman Holmes here. What's up, YouTube? If you're new to my channel, what is it? Alright, what's up, YouTube? It's Quasi here. If you're viewing this, I'm assuming if you're viewing this, you're either interested in joining the military, already in the military, or you just like watching videos to pass the time. Either way, welcome to my channel. This video today is going to be 4-year versus 6-year. And as you can see, I am at work right now, but I'm taking a little break. So why not shoot a video in the meantime? 4-year versus 6-year. And I'm going to be completely unbiased because if you didn't know, you're about to know that I signed a 6-year contract. So I'm trying to keep my opinion out of it. This is merely my opinion and I'm going to be unbiased. I signed a 6-year contract. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that out there. I feel like a 4-year contract is more beneficial because your experience with the service is going to go either way. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. You could be like, but 9 out of 10 you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. So if you sign a 4-year contract and you absolutely love it, you can either extend or you can re-enlist. Great. If you sign a 4-year and you hate it, whatever, you can just get out, because your first 6 months to a year you're going to be training anyway, so it won't really matter. If you sign a 4-year and you hate it, you only have about 2 or 3 years left in the service. However, if you sign a 6-year contract, whether you hate it or not, you're still going to have at least 5 years in your contract that you have to do. So I know a lot of people get hung up on if you sign 6 years and you go ahead and get your rank and you make more money out the gate. That's false. Yes, you do put on rank sooner. However, you still will be an airman basic until you're done with A1C. So until you're done with AIT training, unless you come into the military with college credits, or if you did all 4 years in high school as NJ or OCC. If not, then you will still not get your A1C rank until you're done with AIT. Even then, if you are a single airman, it's probably about $100 to $200 pay difference. I don't think that's worth an additional 2 years, to be honest, because if you sign a 4-year contract, yes, you will get A1C later, but you'll only get it about 6 to 8 months later than you would have if you signed a 6-year contract. So you would essentially be giving it 2 additional years of your life for an extra $100 to $200 a month. I just don't think that's worth it. If you are married coming in, you will still make more than your peers anyway, because you have separation pay and just because you have a dependent. I'm just making between $2,000 and $2,500 every check in basic, and went down to $1,600, $1,800 in AIT, but that's because it was based off the BH in the state that my wife was in. So it didn't matter. I don't even know what A1Cs or admin basics made, because I still don't make the regular pay because I am married. So I signed a 6-year contract under the impression that if I did additional 2 years, I would get rank early and I would make more out the gate. None of that matters. Had I have known then what I know now, I would just did a 6-year contract, and I would just did a 4-year contract, and if I didn't like it, cool, whatever. I'd be getting out in 2 years, and if I hated it, I would be getting out in 2 years. So I don't hate the military. I don't hate the military. I'm having a pretty good experience. But for someone who may be having a terrible experience, they sign thinking that they would benefit more from a 6-year contract, and they're not. So do not let your recruiter play on words with you. Just please understand that you're not benefiting much more than those who signed a 4-year contract. But with that being said, do what's best for your situation. Don't make decisions that you'll have to live with for extra years, or don't make decisions that you're going to have to live with for a few years based off how you feel in the moment. With that being said, yes, there are benefits of signing a 6-year contract. Like as far as making E4 or senior airman, yes, you would put that on a little sooner. However, if you're doing it strictly for the pay, it's not that big of a difference in pay. Okay, keep that in mind. Also, don't sign a 6-year just because you just know that you're going to do 20 years. You don't know that. You may love basic and get out and hate your job, or you may hate basic and then you might love your job, maybe, or you might get in and things happen. You know what I'm saying? You might just, it's not for you anymore. You realize that you outgrew the military, or you just outgrew it. You never know what's going to happen. So go ahead and don't do yourself a disservice by just knowing how you're going to feel 6-10 years from now. You don't know how you're going to feel years from now. Okay, so just don't be impatient. And a lot of recruiters are able to meet their quotas because a lot of their recruitees, or a lot of the recruits are impatient, or they don't really know any better. Some recruiters are upfront, but a lot of them are not. So don't go in there allowing them to not really lie to you, but don't let them omit the truth, okay? Or make the truth sound better than what it actually is. I don't regret joining. I just regret joining for as long, or I regretted joining for as long. Right now, with what I got going on in my career, I don't really mind it. So yes, sign a 6-year. Also, another benefit is if you want to stay in and get your degree. You know, you'll more than likely, if not have your degree, you'll be close to finishing it by the time you're done with your enlistment. But if going to school isn't an interest of yours, it doesn't much matter. You'll still have that GI Bill and everything after you're done, whether you sign for a 6-year anyway. But as far as benefits to joining, don't get hung up on the money and don't get hung up on the rank, because it really doesn't make that much of a difference. If you're not coming in married anyway, it's going to be a few hundred, it's going to be $100 to $200 difference, maybe. And then if you move out of the dorms early enough, you still will get BH and BS and all that anyway. So if you couldn't tell, I lean more towards a 4-year contract. A 4-year contract is a better decision, regardless if you decide to stay in or not. A 4-year contract is better. A 4-year contract is better, okay? Because it can work out either way. That's why I say that. There's nothing wrong with signing a 6-year contract, but I just feel like you have a little more leverage if you sign a 4-year contract. But sometimes experience is the greatest teacher. So if you're not really so if you're like, you're talking about, okay, that's fine. Maybe I don't. Your situation is not mine. I just feel like 4 years just give you a little more of a space. It gives you a little more room to get to know your military self. You can figure out whether it's for you or whether it's not, and you're not miserable if you realize it's not. And then if it is, then school, you can just re-enlist or extend. Versus signing a 6-year contract. If you outgrew it and you're only 2 years in, well, too bad, you still have 4 years in. So it just all depends. Also, if you get a base that you absolutely hate, if you sign a 4-year contract, you're going to probably be there for the duration of your enlistment, depending on your AFSC. And if you're a 6-year, you're going to probably do a good little number of it, like 4 or 5 years of it. Or you can do between 2 to 5 years at your base if you're a 6-year contract. But it all depends on your AFSC and all that stuff. All that stuff, it all determines. So it's not the same. It's case by case basis. It just depends on what your base has got going on, your AFSC, the manning, all the other stuff. And I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, don't go up. Your recruiter is gonna get you on pay, rank, and that's it. Pay, rank. That's usually why people decide to sign a 6-year contract over a 4-year contract. But I'm telling you, as a 6-year enlistee, is not that much of a difference. The only reason why I make more than some of my peers who signed a 6-year or who signed a 4-year is only because I'm married. Only because I am married. But if I were not, we would still be making the same thing. And I signed a longer contract than they did. So, do what's best for you, as always. However, don't let anyone play on words with you, okay? So, I am Quasi. Thank you for viewing this. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I thank you for the view. And as always, I will see you next time.